Dave Roberts, Doc, it's good to see you, and thanks for throwing on a headset and joining us as you get set for Game 1 against the Brewers tonight. Let me ask you this, and I know health has obviously been a big part of this, but since the All-Star break, second half of the season until now, what's the biggest positive change you've seen in your ball club?
I think since the second half till now, it's been the starting pitching. I think the starting pitching has gotten healthy, has gone deep into games, and given us a chance to win each night.
Hey, Dave, Alex Rodriguez here. Congrats on another great year. My question is about Sasaki. It seemed like he battled injuries most of the year. His velo was a little down. Now his velo's up. He looks great. When did you know, or how did you know he could be a closer for you?
You know what, Alex? Obviously, he started the season as a starter, was banged up, didn't perform well, velocity down, mechanics weren't right, and then we sort of put him on ice and try to get him healthy. And even, I know you guys can recall that outing after in Dodger Stadium where he was almost in tears because he was so disappointed. And then he goes on a rehab, gets healthy, dials in his mechanics, and then I think he had about 3 or 4 outings in the pen in AAA. And then it was one of those things that you're sort of looking at where you're at, the status, the state of our pen. And we just sort of put him in big spots. And I just trusted him. I felt like he was ready. And he made us all look good, and right now he's taken it and run with it and changed the landscape of our pen.
My brother, Big Papi, right here. Congratulations on all your success. Hey, listen, you remember, we used to be teammates, and you know the importance of me and Manny showing up on the lineup and protect the rest of the squad, right? You know that 1-2 combo that you have, Ohtani and Freddie, the past series, they haven't been able to produce the way they normally do. What do you expect from them on this upcoming series?
I think expect big things, Papi. Obviously, those are our superstars along with a couple other guys. But I think for me, it's just go out there and keep grinding, take good at-bats, take what the pitchers give you. And obviously with Shohei, they're not going to let him beat them. They'd rather take their chances with Mookie or Teo or Freddie. Just kind of use the whole field, but I expect Shohei and Freddie to have a big series, and we're going to need both those guys, and, I trust them both.
Dave, what's up? This is Derek. Seems like I speak to you more in October than I speak to my own family, so great to see you again. But the question, you guys have a veteran team, and we've talked about this. I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but it's almost like it's a formality for you to get to the postseason. Do you have to remind the group what it takes this time of the year, or do you just gotten to a point where you just trust them to know what to do?
So I think, Derek, first off, when I'm talking to you guys in October, that's certainly a good thing. I wouldn't say formality. I would say more formality than a rite of passage. I think, obviously, getting to the postseason is very difficult every year. We don't take it for granted. And I think kind of to KB's question earlier, what we've done since that series in Baltimore is start playing better team baseball. And with the veteran group, I think that's when and I hate saying this, when we turned the light switch on and said, okay, whatever we did before doesn't matter. Now we got to start playing for the team and do the little things, mind the little things, pick up the pen, ride those starters. And now I think since that point, Derek, we've played really tremendous baseball. And yeah, with the veteran guys, you got to be able to win, counts and make plays and understand how to handle stress. And I feel like we're playing our best baseball right now, and this can be a great series.
Hey, Doc, one more here from Alex. For our national audience, with the Brewers, I don't think our audience really understands how good they are. They're well managed, they're well balanced. They had some success against the Dodgers this year, 6-0. What do you have to do differently to make sure you ensure some wins against this team?
So I don't want to bring up old sores to Derek, which I sort of do because the guy's got, rings to cover up his whole hands. It's like what the Marlins did to the Yankees back then, right? In the World Series, the bunting and the stealing of the bases. And so this team, feasts on momentum and havoc and little ball and kind of try to disrupt timing. So I think that we just got to stay to our game, go attack these guys, play fundamental baseball, and all this narrative that Murph's trying to throw out there that they're the little engine that could. This team won most games in baseball, so we're not buying that. We got to go out there and play good baseball, and may the best team win.
Dave, first of all, I don't appreciate that. And now I have Dontrelle Willis.
I'm sorry, Derek.
Peeking around the camera. So this is the last time I'm talking to you in October. Good luck.
Hey, Dave, I want the Dodgers to repeat. I'm rooting for you, man. Plus, I don't want to go back to Milwaukee to the haunted hotel. I'm afraid of ghosts, so help me out.
Hey, the fister is still going, and we had a couple guys that had to leave because they're afraid of them dang ghosts. But I'm on the good side. When you're a manager, you get the good side, and so you superstars always got the sweet. So I got a sweet now, so I know what it's like to be on the good side of fister.
Oh, you deserve it. You deserve it. It's amazing. Dave always giving us great insight. And Dontrelle Willis woke up from his nap. He's peeking around. He mentioned the Marlins winning. He's all over here. Dave, good luck. Thanks for joining us, okay?
Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a city and a team long overlooked. But tonight, the eyes of the nation are here. Outside American Family Field, they've been tailgating for hours. You can feel it. Generations discarding doubt, shedding fear, and entering tonight with hope ready to roar. And everybody, it is time. The Dodgers bring the stars, the Brewers bring the fire, and in Milwaukee, they believe it is finally the moment. Welcome inside American Family Field here in Milwaukee. We're about 407 feet from home plate. This is MLB on TBS Leadoff, presented by Vanda Pharmaceuticals. Adam Lefkoe here. To my right, the three-time All-Star and a perennial leader in this league, Curtis Granderson. To my left in Is That Velvet? Jesus, the MVP. The star-studded and swaggy shortstop, J. Rowe. And then all the way on the end, the Hall of Famer, the ultimate big game pitcher, Pedro Martinez. Get this crowd going. Get him going. Hey! Hola!
Hey, I've never seen a crowd that didn't like Pedro.
Let's go!
Amazing. You gotta
Let's
love it.
go! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! That's how we roll around here. Pedro, you have been talking about the Brewers and your love for this team. You're here now. How does it feel?
Well, it feels great to actually get to be with them and with the fan base. Why? Because this is like a Rudy story, and I love that. I identify myself with the same story. I like when people call me underdog, and this team is so humble. The manager is so humble, and they always take the humble approach. So don't be surprised if they end up on top, like Rudy.
You say Rudy, you could say David and Goliath. All of the stories apply. In fact, we have some stats to prove that point. The Dodgers and the Brewers, opposite sides of the coin. Market size, second biggest, last in Major League Baseball. The Dodgers are paying more in luxury tax than the Brewers are paying in their payroll, the titles, the championships, and the Brewers looking to get it done. But that dichotomy between David and Goliath, don't forget who won that battle. These teams, they don't forget either.
This series inevitably is going to be billed as David versus Goliath. Do you think it's fair to be, the best team in baseball and kind of still be considered the underdog?
We have a good team. I don't look too much into it because I believe and trust in every guy in the locker room, no matter how much money they're making. And that's why we're here.
The who that they are impresses the hell out of me. They're not baseball players that are comfortable. They're still hungry. And hungry players, they make the manager look good, that's for sure. Somehow they find a way.
They're just gritty, they're tough, and they take on Murph's personality, and they've got complete buy-in. And so they're hungry. So those things are, components that are scary.
It's a really good lineup. I'm not falling for the average Joes that they're not. I never once thought, they got the best record in the NL. They're a really good team.
That's tonight's starting pitcher, Blake Snell. Take a look, 6-0 in the regular season. If you go back to August of 2024, Milwaukee has beaten the Dodgers 8 straight times. But that 2-week stretch included the All-Star break. LA didn't have Snell or Roki Sasaki, Max Muncy, or Kike Hernandez. But it was 5 games decided by 2 runs or less, 3 decided by just 1 run. Curtis, you played for both of these franchises. Interesting timing for both at this moment.
It is, and you have teams that we talked about that 0-6 earlier in the year. The Brewers were the hottest team going. They were in the midst of an 11-game win streak. Now you get to where we are in the postseason, and the Dodgers are playing exceptionally well, both in the postseason and in the regular season. So that 0-6 in the early part of the season, you throw that out the window. I was on the other side of that in Detroit in 2006. We swept the St. Louis Cardinals, and they came and handed it to us in the World Series. You don't want to see that happen today, but everything that happened back in July, that is done with.
Yes. The Dodgers have won 20 of their last 26 games. You play that out of our whole season, that's 125 wins. That's the level the Dodgers are playing, but the Brewers are playing at a really high level right now, too.
They definitely have. They've been in this postseason, not the team that we're accustomed to seeing. When I say that, at this ballpark, they've become a home run hitting team. And we talk about them, 166 home runs, which is 22nd in MLB. But they put the ball in play. They apply pressure. But somehow at this ballpark, in this playoff, the last 2 games here, they've hit like 6 or 7 home runs, and that's how they're scoring. But understand, that may not be the case tonight. Blake is not a guy who gets the ball in the air. He pitches around the zone. He gets a lot of chase, and this is a team that doesn't chase. So something has to give, or nothing gives, and it'll be a nice 1-2 run game as they've played all season long.
Pedro, I think you just contributed to it. The energy in here is going to be unbelievable tonight. What are you expecting in the first few innings? Because if you look, the Brewers have been scoring a lot early. The Dodgers have done more of their damage late.
Well, I expect the Milwaukee Brewers to continue to play the game that they have been playing. Take the humble approach, force Blake Snell to actually attack the strike zone, especially because they can be patient. But if they see that you're throwing strikes, they're going to be aggressive. They're going to attack any pitch that you throw around the strike zone. Now, if they fall for his game and they start chasing way too early, Blake Snell is really deceiving, really hard to center. So he might give them a little bit of a headache. But since they played the entire year, the entire postseason, the same game they played, I expect them to give them knuckles. Just like I said.
Oh, knuckles.
And
Pedro doesn't
Blake,
like facing
He does
knuckles.
not like knuckles.
Hey, I don't like those guys being so pesky, and that's why I'm saying it. Even for a guy like Blake Snell,
Right.
who's really, really effective, could be a hard day, a day where he's going to have to navigate through those batters.
We're going to break down Blake Snell and how unbelievable he has been as of late, but the Dodgers lineup was a little bit quiet in that NLDS. Check out the batting average for Shohei Ohtani in the postseason thus far. When asked, Will Smith said, quote, "I expect him to come out and hit like 5 homers. That's just who he is." Well, one guy that's been doing it no matter what, Kike Hernandez. And moments ago, he met up with our Lauren Shahad.
Kike, last time I saw you, you were covered in champagne, dancing salsa. Have you recovered, yes or no?
Absolutely, yeah. It's been 3 days, and we used them to regroup and get our batteries back to full, and now here we are.
This team does a lot of things right. This Brewers team puts the ball in play, puts pressure on the defense. You saw them a lot this year. What will you use that you saw in those meetings?
I mean, we know that they're a team that's electric as far as putting the ball in play, and they got really athletic guys. They're 1 through 9. They're very fast. They got some electricity coming out of the bullpen. They got really good stuff coming at you from both sides, left, righties. And yeah, I mean, I don't think it's any secret why they had the best record in the league. They are a very complete team that's very young and hungry. So we know what's ahead of us, and they got the best of us during the regular season, and we're hoping that this series is a different story.
Blake Snell says he's not buying the underdog thing. Are you?
No, I mean, 1, they had the best record in the league. 2, you look at that roster, and there's even though they might be young, they got a lot of talent, a lot of first rounders on that team. Former MVPs, All-Stars, they got it all. So they're a really good team, and it's here. I don't think there's a small enemy in the playoffs, especially NLCS. We're down to the last 2 here, so we're up for the challenge. I know it's not going to be easy, but we're up for it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We know the bats are going to be buzzing, social media buzzing. Brewers legend, Curtis Granderson. What were you looking at?
Back net, right?
Hold me, Jimmy. Hold me, Jimmy.
Why? I should be on his shoulders. Have you seen the height differential when I stand next to Curtis?
I think you guys are close. No one's been close at hitting Blake Snell. Saw him in game 2. No hits allowed. Well, we're hitting here on TBS. Be back in a second.
In a 3-2 count. 1 out in the 6th. Freeman, a high fly ball to right. It is deep. Back on it, Churio, and Freddie Freeman sends one out of here. A rainmaker to right field, and the Dodgers strike first. Hit it where they couldn't make a play. Freeman's got his first homer of this postseason, his first RBI, and he's given the Dodgers the lead in game 1.
You know, Ronnie, you had said earlier that he hadn't had his power stroke, and we said he faced all these lefties.
That's right.
Now he gets the righty right here. Had to come to him, and he got this one a little bit under, but again, to right field. 108 off the bat, 362 feet just over the wall.
It's got to be one of the highest home runs.
Uribe deals, and he lost him. Muncy draws the walk. Good at bat by Max Muncy, and he is aboard to start this 9th inning. Best of Base Camp tonight, presented by T-Mobile, taking you right down on the field. Not a lot of base runners in this one for Milwaukee. No bunt, and he shoots one into right field. A base hit right off the end of the bat. Muncy will stop at second. Kike Hernandez, his second hit of the game. A Q shot into right, and the Dodgers have 2 on with nobody out in the 9th.
Give Kike credit right here, just trying to put the ball in play, right? We talk about that cutting down your swing, and this ball was not hit hard by any means.
You know, but Uribe tipped his hand. He threw 2 sliders. He's going to go with the 3rd slider. So Kike sold out on it. It's October, so it's a base hit.
He squares. Pages gets a bunt down. Uribe is going to think about 3rd, resets it, fires a strike to 1st. Sacrifice bunt, well done by Pages. And now it's 2nd and 3rd for Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani might as well just go ahead and put the bat down. It's a good job by Uribe here too, Ronnie, because he was ready to go to 3rd, but then realized right here, not the smart play, and took the out.
Yeah, he didn't get a great handle on it when he first fielded it, so nice wherewithal to then throw the ball to 1st to get the out. Ohtani's going to be intentionally walked, as you said, Frenchie.
As soon as he stepped on the dirt circle, he was sent to 1st.
Now the Brewers have a decision in the infield. You might see them kind of come halfway depth right here. Obviously with the Uribe, you're looking for something to roll over to 3rd or 2nd, or to short.
Horse play at every base. Brewers still in a position to turn 2 up the middle. They're halfway in. Full count. And it is ball 4, and Mookie Betts draws a bases loaded walk. The Dodgers are up 2-0. The presence of Ohtani pays off in ways like this all the time. We just saw it in game 4 against the Phillies on Thursday night.
It was an interesting call. His best pitch is his sinker. He had just thrown 2 to get back in the count, and he went with the slider on the 3-2 count, trying to trick Mookie.
And again, a veteran hitter like Mookie, you're not going to get him to chase too much right there, and you felt like if you could cook a sinker there,